Keep talking, brave soul. I'm here to... Ah! What the... What the is this?
Hey, whatever happened to this game? Yes, this game. You probably haven't seen this game in a while or don't even know what this game is. This is Gotham City Imposters. Gotham City Imposters was released on Xbox 360 Arcade, PS3 Digital, and PC back in February 7th, 2012. It was a video game developed by Monolith Productions and was published by Warner Bros. Interactive and was set in the Batman DC Comics universe. The game was unlike any other Batman game. Instead of stealth, open-world action that the fans knew of from the Batman series, Monolith decided to go down a completely different route with a first-person shooter. A bit of an odd choice considering the fact that the person the universe is named after, Batman, hasn't killed anyone since the 1980s comic books, and it has a strict no-kill policy. But besides that, the game takes place in a storyline of the Batman Imposters comics where a man named Winslow Heath survived one of Joker's previous Venom attacks by giving himself narcotics. However, his girlfriend Beth, who was also attacked by the Joker, was not as fortunate. This is due to the fact that Batman neglected her because he's not a simp and left her to die because he was so busy trying to catch up with the Joker so she couldn't get the same treatment as her husband. Winslow, after being awoken from the attack, found his wife being eaten alive by crows, which caused him to spiral into insanity. Side note, Jesus, this shit is dark. He was later sent to the hospital, which is assumed to be Arkham Asylum, where he faced even more torment and suffering. Winslow finally said enough was enough and escaped the hospital to then form a juice known as Formula 5, which turned people into replicas of the Joker and also got them insanely high. Winslow handed this Formula 5 out, probably to all the local crackheads in Gotham, and then formed a gang known as the Jokers. Spelt with a Z, so you know you don't want to mess with them. But huge plot twist. Huge. Winslow was also simultaneously posing as an imposter Batman and rallying good Samaritans up to take down the big bad Jokers that were plaguing the city. This, in turn, started a gang war that raged on whenever Batman decided to not go do his only job. Little do they know, Winslow was the mastermind behind it all. Damn, I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty cool way to set up a little kid's game. But enough of that boring BS. Let's talk about the important part. The FPS Batman style game, which sounds kind of weird to say, not gonna lie, is heavily inspired by Call of Duty franchise. Go figure. Many shooters around this time were trying to steal that COD buzz, such as Halo 4, which took massive changes in order to gain Call of Duty's fans' approval by changing literally everything about the gameplay. There were a total of only 5 maps, and only 3 more added through DLC. Many of the fans liked the maps, if at worst thought they were tolerable, although I did see a little bit of a hate crowd formed for Ace Chemical, and the small community that I could find for this game. They do say it's the most boring and dull map of all around. The game has an impressively large arsenal with a total of 16 weapons ranging from the standard like rifles, SMGs, and so on, all the way to the weird ones like a loudspeaker that heals your teammates when you yell enough insults at them.
Let me get a roast beef sandwich, but hold the beef because I don't like the vibe.
The game also only featured 4 game modes. One game mode called Bounty Hunter is a mode where you pick up a player's coin to confirm a kill. That kind of sounds familiar. Where have I heard that before? Oh yeah, it was Ratchet and Clank. Oh, I'm sorry, the script was upside down. Call of Duty. Except, to make it different, Gotham Imposters decided to make them coins instead of dog tags. They also had their standard team deathmatch mode, which you already know about.
Riot Shield. What else should we Riot Shield. I'm a pussy that use Riot Shield.
The game features a variety of body types, which features different hitboxes, including speedy, nimble, tough, burly, and my personal favorite, the Russian communist.
Are you from Russia?
No, I'm from England, America! The game features several different gadgets and ways to shake up the gameplay, including a grappling hook that Halo Infinite would shamelessly copy 9 years later. The game also featured a system that not many people knew about at the time called gangs. Now, gangs are basically clans from other games, like Call of Duty Ghost, even though that came out 1 year later, but I'm still going to reference it as many times as I can. Leave me alone. What you do to get into a gang is basically you have to do well in a certain match or a certain mode. There are many different gangs to choose from, but I don't think you care about that. You just want to see the funny crackheads shoot at each other. But I know what you're asking yourself. But Terbo, this game sounds great. Why did it fail? I'm getting there. Jesus, you're so impatient. The game came out in 2012, so it was the era that developers actually cared about making a good product. However, Gotham City Imposters was not one of them. Shocking, I know. While many fans thought the gameplay was fun and repetitive in a good way, many people just got sick and tired of playing on the same old game modes and maps. There just wasn't enough content to go around. Many fans were stating that they needed more content in the game in order to have fun with it, and the development team, just like this picture of Arthur clearly listened and added a DLC pack, which included a couple of guns and 3 maps. Yeah, that doesn't really sound like that satisfies now, does it? The game was getting dull, and players were getting tired of playing the same old. People started to point out the Call of Duty clone comments more frequently, and it just wasn't looking like a bright future for Gotham Imposters. The player counts were dropping off so hard, and on July 25th, 2014, the game was sadly shut down due to GameSpy, the middleware for the game, shutting down. But wait, because it wasn't actually the end for Gotham City Imposters. On Xbox 360 and PC, it was still up until 2021, until it was sadly left to die with a dwindling player count. Sadly, on August 2021, it was murdered. Monolith silently took it off Steam and killed one more access point to the game. The only place left to get some quality Gotham City Imposters action is Xbox 360, as it is still up on the Microsoft Store for $14.99. Good luck finding any games, though, as I found the servers were completely dead. The game in the near future will most definitely follow the same fate as it did on its other platforms. Fans all the way back in 2017 to today were asking Monolith to remaster or make a second Gotham City Imposters sequel. However, the future is looking very grim for the game to ever live like it did once again.